The Marika Alderton House in Yirrkala Community, Eastern Amheim Land, Northern Territory, Australia, was designed from 1991 to 1994 by Australian architect and 2002 Pritzker Prize recipient Glenn Marquette. It was designed for an Aboriginal woman, Marbura Marika, and her non-Aboriginal husband, Mark Alderton. Marquette designed with a strong awareness for the way the landscape, climate, and culture shaped the house. To get a thorough idea of this culture, Marquette actually lived with the clients who had commissioned the home before he began his design process. Additionally, he observed the site and its topography, climate conditions, plant and animal life, and the path of the sun. Australia's Northern Territory presented a harsh climate to build a sustainable house in, but Marquette succeeded in combining many of the challenges the area presented. A sweltering beachfront property, the site was prone to monsoons and extreme storms. The Marika Alderton House was not designed to have air conditioning or heating, and instead used cross-ventilation techniques to heat and cool itself. This method, combined with protection from the sun, made for a well-ventilated home that could heat and cool without the help of modern technology. Large wall-sized shutters could be opened and closed for sophisticated control of airflow and temperature in the hot and humid climate. Airflow from beneath the raised structure also helped to generate a breeze. The Marika Alderton House's relationship to Aboriginal architecture has been fairly controversial. Although the design's purpose was not explicitly to represent the Aboriginal people, Marquette focused extensively on Aboriginal culture and lifestyle as the house was designed for an Aboriginal artist. Marquette designed the house to meet her needs. Aboriginal values are evident in the design. The openness of the house reflects a cultural relationship with the earth and accommodates a need to have constant visual contact with the surrounding landscape, the horizon, weather, people coming and going. The physical design of the house is inspired by nature. The silver metal of the material emulates the native eucalyptus plants which have the silver charge. The function of the space is inspired by the design of the huts of certain Aboriginal groups, which emphasizes cross-ventilation and shelter from the sun. This project was important to create reconciliation between historically suppressed Aboriginal groups and the Western elite. Because of the project's social importance, it's received a great deal of media coverage, resulting in controversy over the project's Aboriginal nature. The project was offered by some as a prototype for future Aboriginal housing, and by some it was accused of being unauthentic and even insulting to Aboriginal populations. Part of the source of this controversy was the presence of the mining company BHP Steel in the promotion of the project. After having picked up some of the funding for the project, BHP used it as a promotional tool to advance its own private agenda. Also, at this time, BHP was in a legal dispute with Indigenous people over massive environmental damages the company had caused. Despite this, it is important to remember that the project has more humble roots, and that its purpose was not to try and represent all Indigenous people, but instead provide for the needs of an Aboriginal client, with the hopes that this design could also meet the needs of other Aboriginal peoples in the future.